Yo, what up? Welcome back to Gemini Uncensored, where we keep it raw, real, and unfiltered. If it's viral, controversial, or just plain crazy, you know we gonna talk about it. Today's video is one you do not want to miss, so get ready because you know I got some thoughts and I'm not holding back nothing. Let's get into it.
So, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring out our first single guy.
Let's get it. Let's go. Gemini Uncensored.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Brian,
Brian, how old are you?
41.
And what do you do?
I'm an aircraft mechanic.
All right. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to go to lounges. I like to read. I like to write. I got a book out, The Perfect Match. I'm sure everybody know that already. I like to have a good time. That's it.
All right. And what do you look for in a woman?
Class, grace, ladylike, God-fearing woman,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Nice. And what are some deal breakers?
Let me make sure I get this right.
Please do.
Multiple baby daddies.
Okay.
Can't do that. If you have multiple children, I can, as long as you're from one guy. It doesn't matter if you was married to him or not. As long as he's from one guy, I could deal with that.
Okay.
But if
That's
you
pretty
was
much
married,
it.
that's an honorable thing.
All right,
You
sounds
want them
good.
to
So
be
we
married
did get
if they
some
got
pop
multiple
balloons.
kids, right?
Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping.
All right.
Okay, we'll start here with your name and
Wait,
age.
wasn't she on the show
I'm
before?
Sydney and I'm 28.
And Sydney, what do you do?
I'm an assistant principal at an elementary school.
And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just not my type physically.
Okay. And what makes him not your type?
Probably the height, even though I'm short, but I usually don't. Just the height. Okay. Yeah.
Why should
And how
somebody
tall are
want
you?
then?
I'm 5 foot.
Okay. Brian, how tall are you?
5'7".
5'7". Now, is she someone that's your type?
Definitely. Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely. It's a shame you popped on me. You know, and you say only because of height?
Only because of height, because you look good. I like your
Okay.
eyes, your
Okay.
skin tone.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the fixation with the height?
Just because I'm just so small and little, I want someone just big. That makes sense.
Okay. You want somebody to tower over you?
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you making her
All
uncomfortable.
right, over
dude.
here,
Move
your
on.
name and age.
I'm Alicia and I'm 29.
And Alicia, what do you do?
I'm a content creator.
And why did you
This
end up
is her
popping your
content.
balloon?
She always on here.
I think we're both vets to the show. I've seen you on the show. I do think you're a little strict for me. I do tend to date taller guys. And we've just had some interesting interactions on the internet. I don't know. You're a little spicy on the internet. You've said some not nice things to me. So,
Oh, to you directly?
yeah, I just feel like it was just after a catch up or something. We just had an interesting interaction. And I just didn't like the way you handled me on the internet. I thought it was a little rude.
All right, next.
So, Brian, anything you want to say? And is she also someone that's your type?
I mean, she looks good, right? But I think I would pass.
That's fair.
The thing you're speaking about on the internet, you called me sassy in the comments. I really didn't appreciate that. I thought that was disrespectful,
Okay.
right? And I said something back to you, and that was pretty much it, really. But I think you're moving a little too fast. I really don't think you're here for love, to be honest with
Nope.
you. Last time you said you had your homegirl with you on the episode.
You're
I really
promoting a
don't think
book.
y'all was really.
You came out and basically like promoted your book. So I thought that was a little interesting as well. But I am here for love. You're not my type.
I doubt
and
that.
Thank
baby.
you.
I doubt that. But
That's
it's
okay.
cool.
We're not
It's
here
cool.
for you. Mwah.
Let's move on. Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and I'm 30 years old.
And Alexis, what do you do?
I'm doing well, thank you. So I'm a teacher by day and an entrepreneur by night.
What kind of businesses do you have?
It's a cold pressed juice business.
Press juice. She's
And
in
why
the
did you end
health.
up popping your balloon?
Outside of the height, you said you like to go to lounges, and I'm not big on lounges, so that's ultimately why.
Facts.
Okay.
Is she someone that's your type?
She's nice.
Thank you.
I would
Nice.
approach her. But, you know, lounges as a deal breaker for you, I don't really understand that, but okay.
Farewell.
Definitely.
Let's go over here. Your name and age.
My name is Chanel and I'm 30.
Chanel, what do you do?
I manage a business, a birth and postpartum business. Thank you.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
For starters, you had me a little perplexed from seeing you on other episodes.
See, that'd
So
be the
that was
problem.
probably the initial thing. And then outside of that, I think you're just a little bit older than my preference. But outside of that, you're very attractive.
Okay. Appreciate that.
And is there anything specific that caught you off guard about him, about other episodes?
Oh no, I like it's just like the interaction, maybe like a little bit of like again perplexed, like a little shocking kind of shock factor with the way that you kind of communicated your desires or your like things that you're not interested in. So yeah.
So look, before we continue, you know I gotta jump in real quick. Fellas, I need y'all to take note of this, man. I don't want to sound like I'm coming off to tell you, you know what I mean? Like, don't be yourself for these ladies. But what I will tell you is sometimes being yourself is a little bit too much. You know, you may have good intentions, you may have great intentions, but if you come off too strong, if you come off like you too set in your ways, ladies, remember that. You know what I mean? It's the women that tend to want to change the man and mold the man. But if you sound like you're too much into you and your way, then they kind of rather just pop their balloon and pass. A lot of these ladies are saying that they remember you from the last time. That's not a good look if they're not remembering you for something that was impressive and something that they want to add to their life. They're not seeing you as an asset. They're really seeing you as an ass. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, whether you right or wrong, I just want y'all to pay attention to that, man. Watch how you present yourself. Don't present yourself as one way to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You have to be flexible. You kind of have to be a chameleon in this world. You know what I'm saying? If you want what you want, do what you got to do to get there. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying catfish anybody. What I'm saying is educate yourself, pay attention to the things that other people are interested in at the moment and see if you can fit into that mold some kind of way. If not, then go ahead and be yourself and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to put on that good suit, or sometimes you got to put on that, you know, the front, so to speak. You know, it's kind of like when you go on a job interview. If you went on a job interview working in an office making six figures, you wouldn't be dressed like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it 1,000 right now. You know what I mean? You're going to put on that suit even though you know you don't wear a suit every day. You know what I mean? So if you're willing to dress the part for money, why not be willing to dress the part for love? You know what I'm saying? And I mean that rhetorically when I say dress the part. Let's get back into it.
Now, she's someone that's your type.
She looks good. She looks good. I love the chocolate.
Absolutely.
I love the shoes. Everything looks good. I love the teeth. You got it together.
You
You
so
know,
much.
But get to know me. Ask questions. Don't judge me for past episodes. Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about what I tell the next woman. Focus on what I tell you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Spoken like
so
a
you
true
could have been
player.
a match, but you didn't pop.
Likewise, Brian.
Thank you. Let's go here.
She about to
Your
pop
name and
too.
age.
She got a,
Makara, 29.
And Makara, what do you do?
I'm a therapist.
yo, he probably
And why
needs
did you end up popping your balloon?
It's solely just height for me. Height is a big preference for me, so that was just it.
No, we have to ask, how tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
And look at Brian's face. And Brian, now she's someone that's your type.
She's good. She's good. I just think it's a cop-out. You know, that's the first thing y'all talk about is height. I think it's a cop-out. I think it's an easy thing to say, oh, he's not my height. But if I was up here talking about your weight, if I was up here talking about the weave, the lashes, and everything like
I
that,
have weave.
then it would go
From my head.
I'm just saying.
There
I'm
it
just
is.
saying. If you feel like I'm less of a man because I'm shorter than the 6 feet,
I
then
didn't say
that's
that.
a
You
problem.
said that. All I said was I didn't like your height for me. That was my
Understand.
preference.
I
That was
get
it.
you. I understand. I mean,
I
it's
wish you
cool,
well,
but I'm
though.
just, it's always what, the second or third one talking about height, so I just want to bring it to forefront about what's the problem with that, what's the fixation y'all
Dude,
women
let it
have with
go.
height,
You a little guy. Sorry.
preference and all that. Listen, I got enough confidence and enough prosperity to be able to stand taller than the tallest guy in the room. You heard me? But you won't
I
experience
love that for
so.
you. I hope some.
All right, so look, man, I gotta jump in right here, man. I don't even know why I let that even go, but I guess it's, you know what I'm saying. But look, first of all, what you going through right now is exactly what she don't want her kids to go through. If you take two little people and put them together to have a baby, more than likely you're gonna come out with a little person, and that little person is gonna have to go through that same thing. So in order to break the cycle, if I'm little, then I want somebody that's a little bigger than me, so that at least I could, you know what I'm saying? Like I got something to look up to. They could spin me around, they could pick me up, you know what I mean? I could feel secure. But I don't want, these ladies don't want to feel like, yo, if you get into a scuffle at the lounge or something like that they're gonna have to jump in and help you. You know what I'm saying? I know little guys be tough. You know what I mean? I know all about the Napoleon complex and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6 foot or better, you know what I mean, right now, whatever. So I guess, you know, maybe I will qualify, but I'm not trying to qualify over here. But anyway, let's get back into this video.
Somebody experiences that.
For sure. I hear you.
Thank you. Okay, let's head back this way. Your name and age.
Jordan, 27.
And Jordan, what do you do?
I am a therapist and I own a small business selling hair care products.
Okay. Now, before we jump into why you ended up popping your balloon, we did have you on the show before and you ended up matching, but what happened?
We were not aligned. And I would love to elaborate, but I don't think I will without him here to say
That's
his
very
side of it.
ladylike.
So, but we were not a match.
That's very noble.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. So why did you end up popping your balloon?
So like the other lady said, I have seen you on previous episodes and I did find it a little distasteful, but I've never met you in person. I wanted to give you a chance. That's why I had it unpopped. But then I witnessed it for myself. The same distaste I kind of saw in the last episodes. To be specific, I guess I'll say, I think you say you're very confident, but when somebody brings up height, you get very defensive,
Exactly.
which is not indicative of confidence. And so for me, I wanted to hear you out because I did have a prefixed judgment of you, but I wanted to hear you out. And then that interaction kind of confirmed what I prejudged. So
Telling you, they listening.
Okay.
All right. No, she's someone that's your type.
She's good. She's definitely a catch.
thank you.
But, I think he was wrong with
Let
that.
it go.
The fixation height that y'all women have, that's a
Don't
problem.
say y'all. I never spoke on your height.
You just spoke on the height.
No, I never spoke
You
on
just
your
spoke
height.
on the height.
I never spoke on
That's
your
not what
height.
she
I
said,
said
bro.
what you did on your previous episodes was distasteful to me, but I wanted to give you a chance to come out here and interact with you myself. I actually wanted to answer one of your questions, which is why I had my balloon unpopped. But you got
Defensive.
I won't say sassy. You got defensive with her. And I didn't appreciate that, and I feel like you were like that on the previous episodes, and I saw it in real
But
life.
that's not you. That's a whole nother woman. So you a girl's girl?
Oh, my
Define
God.
girl's girl.
Or you a girl's girl? You know
Define
exactly
gir-
what that means.
No, define
Hey,
girl's
yo.
You're a
girl.
girl's girl.
Define
so when you're a
girl's girl.
that kind of
These women
mean
are feeling-
you would choose a woman before you choose a man. That's what that
Oh
would mean.
yes.
You would?
Security.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Let's go down here.
It's tight in that room now.
Your name and age.
Y'all gonna get it today.
Hi, I'm Shaylin
Y'all
and
gonna
I'm
get it
30.
today.
Shaylin, what do you do?
I'm a nursing student.
And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm copping out. It's
Yo, before we go on, like he sit up there and say y'all gonna get it today. To me, that sound like a threat, man. If you coming up there and you mad because none of these women want you, then at some point you gotta stop and look at yourself. Now, I understand, like Shorty down the way that's been on there. She's a content creator. You kind of wonder why she's there. You know what I'm saying? Is she coming back to have more content to put on her social media package? Or is she really trying to find love? I feel like you call that one out. But for the rest of them that just don't want you, man, you looking up at them. They don't want to look at somebody like that. They looking down at their child and they looking down at their husband too. You know what I'm saying? That's not attractive to some women. But there's some women that don't want a huge man. You know what I'm saying? There's women that want men, 5'7", just like you are. You know what I mean? But you can't get mad because somebody don't want pizza and you want burgers. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm trying to say? Now all of a sudden you arguing and you getting defensive or whatever, and then you kind of coming off with this aggressive male energy. You gotta fall back with all of that, homie. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fall back, man. She's called you sassy. I understand. That could be emasculating when you call a man a term that's known to be a female term. Yo, I get that, man. But at the same time, man, you got to watch how you presenting yourself. You might not be the one to go viral like Aaron the plumber, where you can stand on there and you can just crack on everybody. You may never find love. You may never find another date again if everybody is watching this show. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is just fall back with that for a second. You know what I mean? Become a gentleman. Be a gentleman. Be gracious about whoever it is that don't like you. Everybody's not gonna like you. Everybody's not gonna like me. I hope they like me, and if they do, I hope they like, comment, and subscribe. But let's get back to the video.
because you're short.
Okay.
And I don't like men that argue with women. All that going back and forth is crazy.
Okay. No
It's
problem.
crazy.
Okay.
Is she someone that's your type?
She's nice. She a catch. But then again, she's a girl's girl. You
Keep
a
it
follower.
cute. Keep it
You a
cute.
follower, love.
Keep it cute,
You
buddy.
weren't about what I'm telling the next woman. You a follower.
Here you go, argue
Worry
with
about what
women
I tell
again.
you.
That's
It's really
crazy.
not about being argumentative. It's about really letting you women know what's the deal on a national television show, YouTube.
We're not
right?
interested. It's okay.
It's
Get 'em
all, it's
off
all
the
good.
show.
You don't have
To
to
the
be
chin,
interested,
move
but you're
on.
going to listen to what I got to tell you after
Let's
you
move
say
on.
what
Let's
you
move
said,
on.
right?
Let's move on. Let's move
Yo.
on.
It's all fair game.
He'll
All
never
right.
find
Your
a
name and
date.
age.
Hi, I'm Ty. I'm 27.
How you doing?
Ty, what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm the owner of Fat Bar. I'm a lash tech. I do everything esthetician field, basically.
Okay.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Cause you short.
The height. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
for me.
problem. No problem. It's all good.
Is she someone that's your type?
Not really. You know what I mean? But she's good. You know what I mean? She's all right.
Move on.
You know, I don't really like the weave. I don't like the lashes.
There
I
you
don't really
go.
like all that.
So what's the difference?
I like
of
to
the
keep it
height
natural.
thing?
Height,
You
he
know.
can't
What's the
change.
difference?
You can
What's the
change
difference
your
with what?
hair and your lashes.
A girl saying she don't want you for your height, and then you don't want
It's
me
just
'cause I
it's just
got
the
weave
same
and
fixation
lashes?
that y'all use in every episode.
So
That's
it's the
really
same
all
fixation
it's about.
of
I don't really
lash
care
and
about
weave.
how-
Next,
I don't
thank
really
you.
I don't really care about the height thing. I really
Next,
don't
thank
because
you.
I'm confident about that.
Let's
but
move on.
you know,
Your name and age.
My name is LaPortia and I'm 30.
You said LaPortia?
Yes.
Okay. And LaPortia, what do you do?
I have a lot of trades. I'm a veteran. I'm a cosmetologist. I have a CDL and I just finished school for cybersecurity.
CDL.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm not interested.
Just leave it at that.
And what is it? May I ask?
Don't say the height.
I don't really want to have an argument with you. I just don't
Yeah.
like the way you speak to other women.
There it is.
there we go again. A girl's girl.
It's fine.
A girl's
Thank you.
girl.
He
I don't really
ready
like
to
the box
argue.
eyebrows.
Okay.
So
They're not for you.
But you know,
Exactly.
they definitely
They're
not for me, baby.
Exactly.
You hear me?
Your name and age?
My name is Annalicious. I'm 28 years old, and I work for Dynasty Financial Services.
Okay.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
So I've listened to all these people. If I was your woman by your side, I'm kind of getting cringed. I'm getting scared. My heart rate is going up. So I'm just, baby, stop. So
Right. It's
I just had to
disrespectful,
pop.
homie.
Sorry.
No, you don't have to say sorry, baby.
Is she someone that's your type?
Not really. But where you from?
I popped.
It don't
Not
matter.
really. She's not really my type, no. She's another follower, a girl's girl, you know, so
But
I
one
don't
thing,
think
you
that's
look
good.
beautiful. I
Thank you.
love the style, the fit,
you.
snatched.
Thank you.
So you did a
Thank
good
you.
job, and you work out. So it shows that you're dedicated to being a hard worker.
For sure. I appreciate
Very
that. Thank you.
gracious, sister.
Let's come.
Queen. Very gracious.
Brian, we always trying to find you love. What's going on?
It's all good. You know, it's a
Why?
miscommunication. It's misunderstanding. You know what I mean? And then they like to follow for the next woman and what she want to do and what she talking about. Be a woman. Stand on your own. Don't worry about what I tell the next woman. And it's really not about height in real life. They lying to you. They up here lying about height. They up here lying. But that's
All
what
right.
we doing. It's all good.
All right, well, Brian, thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Let's
bye,
go ahead and
Brian.
give it up for him, ladies. I'll take the mic. Thank you.
Yeah, no. So listen, we done sat there and watched that debacle just now. You know what I'm saying? I hope maybe one day he'll watch this back. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody that cares about him can tell him like, yo, look, man, you got to chill out, man, because you're doing too much. You're too aggressive. Don't no woman in the world want to be talked to like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you talk to your mother like that. I don't know what your relationship is with the women in your family, I should say. You know what I'm saying? But a woman has a right to her opinion. She got a right to like what she want to like. And if you don't like that, then maybe you need to meet somebody that'll match your aggression, like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. But you seem to be very angry with these women that don't want you as if they don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like that's very disappointing. Hey, yo, so if you felt that, agree, disagree, or just want to sound off, hit the comments and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next Raw Take. This is Gemini Uncensored, where the truth don't flinch and the real always rises. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay sharp.